Hello, a very happy Earth Day to you, and welcome to In the Zone's second annual Zonies. This is our chance to honor the best and worst of the Twilight Zone's second season, and it was an interesting one for sure. There were a couple of highs, a whole lot of middles, and some very low lows. In fact, last season's worst episode winner wouldn't even have been nominated for worst episode this year. We'll get into that later. For now, I should introduce my co-hosts. And you know how I told you my name was Steven? Well, it's not. It's actually Rowan. And I'm not a human man, actually. I'm a Saturnian. And if you don't believe me, then look. I have a third arm. That's what I thought. Oh, I'm just kidding you. These aren't my arms. They belong to my co-hosts, Zach and Calvin!
Yay! Oh, that was so painful.
In addition to great awards such as Best Alien and Worst Kid, Calvin and Zach will be facing off in Twilight Zone-based games throughout the night to compete for the title of Zonies champion. Last year, Zach won this title by a mere point, but will he be able to defend his figurative crown? I mean, he doesn't actually have anything to defend because I didn't give him anything. But this year, there's more on the line. I have, in this mysterious box...
Brain Games, the Gamer sponsor.
This is our sponsor, by the way. Product.
They don't know it, but
it's a mystery prize that will be given to this year's Zonies champion. I wonder what it could be. Hint. It has to do with the second season of the Twilight Zone, so keep thinking, and don't get your hopes up. Something that you should get your hopes up for, however, is the night's most exciting award, Best Episode. And it's particularly exciting because, at least from when I'm writing this monologue, I really have no idea what's going to take home the, again, figurative gold. So the nominees are Nervous Man in a $4 Room. It's the brilliantly performed episode that tells the story of a small-time gangster who why are you doing that? Who finally realizes he has to disobey his boss. The Night of the Meek. The brilliantly performed episode that tells the story of a small-time Santa who also finally realizes that he has to disobey his boss. 22. The brilliantly performed episode that tells the story of a small-time professional dancer who fights the urge to just strangle her annoying, creepy, slimy, reptilian boss. Also, there's some stupid thing about a dream. Long Distance Call, the brilliantly performed deleted scene from Betty White's Off Their Rockers episodes entitled I Wasn't Really Dead. And Shadow Play, the brilliantly performed story about a guy with a recurring nightmare. I can't think of a joke. I'm sorry. What do you want from me? So let's just get on with the first award. It's a biggie. Worst episode. Ooh.
Oh. These are some pretty elite nominees.
A Thing About Machines, The Whole Truth, The Invaders, Mr. Dingle the Strong, The Mind of the Matter. Any thoughts?
Alright, I enjoyed The Invaders. I was not on
the
for
Invaders
the episode,
was alright.
but I
gave it a 4. I was a bit tough on The Invaders. I think, not that tough, but a bit tough just because I sort of forgot that, you know, that twist is pretty interesting. I wasn't really fair to that twist. So we can take off The Invaders.
Yes.
What were you going to say about Mr. Dingle?
I don't think that one, I wouldn't put that one as the worst.
So then we have The Thing About Machines, which isn't as bad as the others,
I thought The Thing About Machines had a plot and had some cool special effects, and honestly, that's enough.
Yeah, alright, let's take that one off.
Disqualify it for
so we're down to The Whole Truth, Mr. Dingle the Strong, The Mind of the Matter, all of which I think are awful.
Okay.
So you think all of these are bad, right?
I think these are pretty disastrous.
So what do you think about The Whole Truth? Bad, good, mediocre?
It's like, just one's like a half step up from bad.
So like mediocre?
Like, no, but like even lower than that.
Okay.
It's
like bad
low.
mediocre.
Bad
That's
mediocre.
so bad.
Alright, and so when you say Mr. Dingle the Strong, bad, mediocre, or good?
Mediocre.
Alright, so we can take that one off.
Really, I thought Dingle was...
I think it was awful.
I thought Dingle was in the lead.
But I think it's
inside track.
But I think that's about equal with The Mind of the Matter. Which is better, The Whole Truth or The Mind of the Matter? I would say...
Mind in the Matter.
Mind in the Matter.
Alright, well, I would say Mind of the Matter is slightly worse, but I'm outvoted. Worst episode, The Whole Truth.
High five.
Best potential spin-off. So these are sequels or prequels that we'd like to see of these episodes. We have The Man in the Bottle, a sequel where we just follow the genie, more mishaps, crazy adventures.
I don't think we need another Man.
That's a good point.
Maybe.
A Most Unusual Camera, a prequel that describes how Woodward somehow managed to get out of prison. Because honestly, how did that happen?
It's not really... Well, they described it. He hid in a laundry cart, didn't he?
Yeah, but how? But anyways, and also, I want more of Woodward. I want more of this guy, Woodward. Because I think he's really fun to watch. So maybe, but hey, you're not a fan. The Whole Truth, I want to see what happens to Nikita Khrushchev. We could follow the car's adventures, making people tell the truth. That's not bad.
Oh.
The Odyssey of Flight 33, a sequel where they just go to more places in time. I'm not really thrilled with that.
No,
Yeah,
no.
why
Alright,
would that
we can
was
take
a-
that one
Take
off.
That one off.
The one I want the most is probably the Whole Truth sequel.
The Man in the Bottle sequel seems like it's going to be another Man in the Bottle.
Mhm.
And the Whole Truth sequel seems like it's going to be another Whole Truth.
Well, yeah.
And those were like...
Oh, you're right. They weren't good.
They were
That's a good
duds.
point. That is a very good point.
So I want Woodward
I'd
versus
rather
than
see
another Man in the Bottle.
honestly. I just kind of feel like it'd be, I don't know, it would just be sort of interesting.
I think it would just sort of. It might just stay in mediocre. It
Alright,
might be
well,
interesting.
I'm
but
outvoted
it's 2 to
anyway.
1. Yeah.
I'm
The
outvoted.
most unusual camera prequel. Best potential band name. Which of these would you want as your band name? We have the Howling Man, Shadow Play, the Mind of the Matter, and the Obsolete Man.
The Howling Man.
Not the Obsolete.
I think the
Howling
Howling Man
Man.
or Shadow Play.
Oh, I
Howling
like
Man.
those are a
Howling
solid
Man.
group.
Howling
So you're gonna
Man.
give it the Howling Man because you
Shadow
love Howling
Play.
Man. I like Shadow Play, but I also like the Howling Man.
Yeah.
So maybe we should give it to the Howling Man.
Give it to the Howling.
Howling
It's the Howling
Man.
Man. Best bar scene. This is a strange category. There were just a lot of bar scenes in the first season and the second season, so which one's the best? We have The Trouble with Templeton, The Night of the Meek, where he's at the bar. It isn't a great scene. It's sort of on there because we don't have a lot of bar scenes.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Dingle the Strong, we have the opening scene where he's sitting there and then they beat him up.
And he
yeah.
breaks the vacuum.
But
I'll take that one.
then we have the last scene of Mr. Dingle the Strong where he displays his strength, and then they take it away. Great scene.
Last scene, Mr. Dingle.
I really do not care at all. Actually, honestly, I think The Trouble with Templeton is the best.
Yeah.
Just because there's that beautiful ending shot where
the
they're all
Trouble-
laughing and
yeah,
then
that was like...
darkness. I want to give it to The Trouble with Templeton. Do you?
I want to give it to The Trouble with Templeton.
Okay, I guess.
Least necessary name drop. This is when a character in the episode says the name of the episode, and it makes me mad. Which of these would you most want to just cut out of there? The Eye of the Beholder at the end when there's the guy. Remember, he's like, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Oh my
Remember
god,
that?
his head shape. It was out of
You always complain about the head shape. This name drop isn't awful because it sort of expresses
not
the
the
name.
worst,
It
no.
expresses the message of the
Yeah.
episode. Then we have Back There at the end where the guy's like, I don't want to be back there. Pretty
Okay,
dumb.
that is that. That's.
Oh, yeah,
I would,
what's another
And
one?
then we have The Whole
Yeah.
Truth. I guess it's sort of, he just sort of uses it to illustrate that the car makes him tell the whole truth. Then we have The Mind of the Matter. Just the name of the book. I don't know. Who cares? Back there.
Back there.
Back there.
Back there. I don't want to go.
Back there.
Back there.
Best Alien. They make sense as a character.
Memorable is
They're
pretty
fun to
deceptive,
watch
though.
and memorable. The Invaders, the woman.
She looks normal though. It's not like
Yes,
she's
that's
some
the
special
point, though.
thing.
She's fun to watch. She's played well.
Fun to
and
watch.
Yeah, she's extremely memorable, and she makes sense.
Mr. Dingle the Strong, the Martians. Oh yeah, they're in a big box.
That's a
Wheeling
Halloween
around.
costume.
That is fun. Mr. Dingle the Strong, the Venusians. They're two children with mustaches and old person
Oh.
voices.
So I just
You can't really see, but here we have a collage of scenes from the Twilight Zone, and they're here. I know you can't really see it. Maybe we'll do a shot at the end, but
I think that
they do
the
not make
Jingle
sense.
Aliens
in the-
made no sense, and I
Yeah,
think that's
they don't
disqualifying.
because it's like, why are you doing experiments? It doesn't make sense. Then we have, will the real Martian please stand up? Ross. He doesn't make sense. All of his motivations
Oh, but
are
he's
off.
pretty good though. Like I thought, he's
His
fun to
three
watch
arms are
very
fun
much.
to watch. And then we have, will the real Martian please stand up? Haley, the cook. He's pretty memorable. He's pretty fun to watch. And his eye.
I think the Invaders person has my vote.
I would say it's either the Invaders woman or will the real Martian please stand up? Haley.
I just
Because everyone else just doesn't make sense as the
Haley
plot
didn't
points.
make too much
etc.
sense either.
Yeah, he did. He was going undercover to be an alien to see what the town is like before he colonizes it.
Yeah, kind of. I think that's what they were both doing, right?
Ross made less sense for a lot of different reasons. Like
Like
he would always like
yeah he
make
is
like
the-
make salt shakers explode.
And then
It's like,
he's
why
no-
would you do that?
he makes salt shakers explode, but he also argues
There's no
Martian.
alien. It doesn't make sense.
I kind of like the guy with the eye and like the three arms. That was actually
Well, he doesn't have an eye and three arms. One guy
the.
has.
Oh, one eye, yeah.
Now that would just be crazy. I mean, it's pretty much 2 to
Invaders.
1.
It's not like they're special.
All right,
or anything,
it looks
they're not-
like
it's just
a-
a normal.
Yeah,
You're
it's just a
lost.
person going. Oh boy, it's time for charades.
Yeah!
You're gonna get an episode name, act it out. You have 15 seconds. If it gets guessed, you get 1 point. If you guess it, you get 2 points. That's the way it goes. We're being very patriotic. We have this U.S. president's.
America!
Open it up.
Updated for 2009.
Yep. Go. Either.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Go. Uh-oh. What? Oh, will the real Martian please stand up?
Yep.
Yes. All right, got it.
3,
Ready.
2, 1.
Rip and Michael.
Yep. And that's the end of round 1 of Charades.
Really, that was quite quick.
There will be another round. Best fight. Nervous men in a $4 room. John versus George. This is when he like steps on his foot, punishes him in the gut, hits him over the head. It's
Wait.
pretty one-sided. It's not that interesting. It's sort of comical, actually.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have a most unusual camera, Woodward versus Chester, where they have the knife fight,
Ah,
and with
that
them going out the window.
Not
It's
too bad.
it's a good one. The Invaders, the woman versus the little guy. where
Oh, that
he's in
the
a
whole
sheet.
episode.
And she
Well,
just
yeah.
smashes
This
him
is a
against the
specific
bed.
one. He's in a sheet, and then the knife comes out of the sheet, and then she takes it, and she
Oh, I love
smashes
that.
him.
That's cool how they set that up.
And then Mr. Dingle the Strong, remember where the bully is being mean, and then he like shoves a cigar in his mouth, and he takes him and he spins him around.
Yes,
Oh, and then the
that
obvious
one.
stunt then.
That one.
No,
That
not
one.
that one.
I think these are all good in their. I would eliminate Nervous Man. That one isn't awesome.
Yeah, I
All of the other ones I like.
Woodward versus Chester was pretty intense.
I
don't know,
Woman
you
versus
thought,
little
like-
guy, 'cause it's like the knife coming out.
Right.
I kind of think the Invaders fight scene didn't do good stuff for the episode.
Why?
Right? Because like it's
That's
sort
the
of
whole
like,
episode was the fight
yes,
scene.
but it's sort of like she's just slowly being chased, and it's kind of dark, and you really the suspense is what makes it a little bit.
We're
Scary,
not talking
I would
about how
say.
good the episode is, so we're just
No,
talking
but
about
I'm just
the
saying.
one
I
part.
think
You're
the
saying
fight
it
scene-
kills the
I think
suspense?
the fight scene was bad for the episode.
Here's the thing. It can't all be suspense. Some of it has to be release of the suspense. Otherwise, you're just
Yeah.
sitting there waiting for something to happen.
Right,
But I
exactly.
thought I had a lot of suspense. I don't know.
Zach.
My vote's for Woodward and Chester.
Suspense.
Yeah, but-
Oh boy,
suspense.
oh boy. Woodward versus Chester. That was good. They went out the window. Pretty cool. Didn't
And
break
then-
though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Invaders.
Alright, let's look that up.
Invaders.
Worst marriage. Wah wah.
Oh, I know right away. Wait, was Henry Beeman in this season?
No. Oh, not even close.
We have the trouble with Templeton, the guy with his wife, and he was like, he told his, not his dead wife, but his current wife, and he was like aware that he was just totally cheating on him. Like he could see her down in the pool hanging with another guy. It was
Oh,
not a
yeah,
good
yeah.
situation. And then we have a most unusual camera, Chester and Paula, always fighting all the time.
And then Paula just like says, "Oh,
And
well, we must
oh, yeah,
learn
and
to
he-
live with such
And then,
things."
and then he gets murdered, and he's like, oh well. The whole truth, the Honeycuts, the salesman, and he's like, their marriage was so fragile that when he said that he was going to be playing poker with the boys, she hung up on him. She hung up on him, possibly
After
divorced
yelling.
him. Yeah. Then we have, will the real Martian please stand up? There's the older couple who are so like on edge about each other that the wife like thinks that he's an alien, even though they've been together for so
Yeah.
long. Not a good
I
sign.
thought they didn't really suspect each other though.
Yes, the wife suspected him. Remember, she was like,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
but
Yeah.
I mean that one's a bit better compared to these other ones.
Yeah.
I'd say the worst one is the Templetons. Chester and Paula at least had some. Well, no, they were pretty miserable.
Chester
No,
and
it
Paula.
might be them.
Honestly,
Just the thing is,
Chester and Paula.
I think
would
Ruth
really-
Templeton would have been sad if
If
his wife,
his wife
fell
died.
out a window and died.
Yes. While killing his brother.
Yeah.
So, can we go with them?
Let's go with
Sure.
the
Chester and Paula.
Chester and Paula.
Best Serling appearance.
Oh,
Right.
which one did he have a cigar and like the smoke was going up? I like that.
Every single one. So, nervous man in a $4 room. This is where we had the overhead shot, and then he came up, so it looked like he was walking on the ceiling. Remember
Oh,
that?
That was
Oh.
a good one. That was a good one.
A thing
I
about
remember that
machines where he appears on the TV. That was sort of interesting.
Mm.
Dust had a cool one where it was like they showed like a sandbag being tested, and then it fell and was like gonna like pretend
Oh,
to be
and then
hanging,
Serling
and
was
then
there.
he was like right there. That was awesome. Back there where they just panned to him and he's reading a newspaper. Oh hey guys, that was pretty awesome. I like all of these.
Dust.
Dust is pretty
Maybe
cool.
the one where she's on the ceiling. What was that?
Where he's on the ceiling. That's sort of cool, but it's sort of like
This man in $4.
it's sort of interesting for the sake of being interesting. It doesn't really. It's just sort of jarring and
It doesn't
Or
make a lot of
TV
sense.
it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Like,
TV
Dust
one is
good
pretty
'cause
cool.
It's like jarring.
Yeah, and it's
Sure.
like whoa, people are gonna die because like shows the getting hanged,
Oh,
and then he's like right
yeah.
there. It's pretty awesome.
You're right, Dust.
All right, let's do it. Best animal, a most unusual camera, Tidy 2, the horse. Go
the
Tidy
horse that
2.
won.
Go Tidy 2. The Night of the Meek, the reindeer. That was pretty cool.
Didn't they have the reindeer about the time that they were saving money by using film and like,
Yeah.
videotape instead of film?
Mm.
And they're like, let's rent a reindeer.
The Odyssey of Flight 33, the dinosaur.
Oh.
What? It was
Oh.
cool.
Oh,
Yeah, it was.
And then
It would not have flown in a television
that
show
thing.
today.
Oh, yeah.
here's a great one. 100 yards over the rim. Horse. I think we can eliminate
wait,
that.
wait.
It was just a horse carrying a wagon. We can
Oh,
eliminate
yeah.
that.
Probably the
Time for dinosaur.
reindeer or dinosaur.
I think it's reindeer or
Dinosaur.
dinosaur.
Let's just go with the dinosaur because they deserve it for
Dinosaur.
like Wasn't
all
that the
money
most
they-
expensive
That
thing
was
they ever
advanced.
did?
Stop motion animation was pretty
No, it's
advanced
not stop
for that.
motion, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, it was. Scariest episode. The Eye of the Beholder, The Invaders, 22, and Shadowplay. Let's get rid of the
yeah, I
Invaders.
thought the
Let's get rid of
Invaders was scary for
Shadowplay.
a while, but like for the last like 2 minutes, you were
You're
like,
just
what
like,
is
oh.
this?
Honestly, it's between The Eye of the Beholder and 22.
Yeah, 22.
22.
Just 22
Yeah.
was...
22.
22
It's
is,
22.
is just uncontested
Easy.
in this one.
Easy. Least scary episode. The Whole Truth.
Ah!
Oh!
A penny for your thoughts.
Blood curdling screams in the background.
Pennies!
Static.
Pennies!
100 yards
Wait.
over the rim.
Not static. Static
So
was
I'm
a
yeah,
little bit.
static was
a
scary
little
because of the
creepy
young
tone.
man.
The young man makeup. Yeah.
And then
take that
100
off.
yards over the
Static
sun
had a
was
creepy
dying.
tone. So not
That's
no.
not
Take out
scary.
static. Take
Yeah.
out static.
Yeah, it has to be honestly
Penny,
a penny for your thoughts.
'cause it was like so like upbeat.
It's a penny for your thoughts. This year, during In the Zone, the United States elected its 45th president. This is the only time a United States presidential election will coincide with the season of In the Zone. So we've decided to do something special. You have to put your thinking caps
Oh
on.
no.
We're electing the In the Zone president. It's a character from the second season who would be the best for the president of the United States. Both the Calvin party and the Zach party will nominate. Then they will briefly debate, and I will moderate the debate. So, Calvin, who is your nominee for president?
The guy from back there.
Peter Corrigan.
Peter
Wait, is he the
Corrigan.
What?
The professor?
The guy that goes
Like
back
the
in
professor who
time.
goes back in time.
The guy
Yeah,
that
yeah.
goes back in
Okay.
time. Peter
Then we have,
Corrigan.
and then from the Zach party,
Luther Dingle!
Wait, when he was strong or when he was smart?
At the end.
we determined the order of the debate earlier with the coin toss. The coin landed on its side, and I could read Calvin's mind, and he was thinking he wants Zach to go first. So Zach will be going first. 20 seconds. Why would Luther Dingle be a good president of the United States?
So you see, Luther Dingle is a very smart man, and Luther Dingle can predict the way seemingly random things will unfold, as you can see when he predicts a home run at the end of the game. And if he can predict a home run, like just by looking at the players and knowing who they are, and he can predict it using math and probability and stuff like that, then he can predict how difficult conflicts will resolve and know the best way to fix them.
So, Calvin, why should Peter Corrigan be president?
Peter Corrigan should be president because, well, first of all, Luther Dingle should not be president.
But no, we'll
because-
get there later.
Okay, Peter Corrigan should be president because he knows a lot of his history. Presidents should know history so
Cough,
they know
cough.
mistakes that they shouldn't repeat. Because he has a broad knowledge of history, remember. Plus, he's actually been back in time. He's seen what life was like. So he can know what mistakes people made and what not to repeat.
Why should Luther Dingle not be president?
Luther Dingle should not be president because he's so smart. He might get so wrapped up in his intelligence. He's like, I'm way smarter than everyone. And then he might just take over and make it like a dictatorship. Because he's like, I'm smarter than everyone. I can do what I want. Ha 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 ha.
Can I refute?
Might not be a good president. Smartest isn't always best.
His point makes no sense, because Luther Dingle is described as being a kind person all throughout the episode. And Luther Dingle, even while he
kind
becomes
people
smart,
could get wrapped
no,
up.
even while
in
he
their-
becomes Luther Dingle is a moral character.
You only
Like,
see his
right,
smartness.
Like, Luther Dingle is described
You
as
only
being
see the
a moral
beginning of his
character.
smartness. Maybe once he
No,
gets
just
wrapped
the
up,
character
he'll be
does
like,
not change.
oh, I'm smart. I can do...
Luther Dingle is an
It could.
honest...
Alright, anyways, why
happened
why
in
not
some-
Peter Corrigan?
Literally, his only argument is he knows a lot of history. Guess who else knows a lot of history? Someone who was like 2,000 times, 5,000 times smarter than the average person. Like, Luther Dingle knows his history too, and also Peter Corrigan, just, like, is there anything for him besides that he knows history? Because you didn't say it.
Alright, would you like to do a rebuttal of that?
Yes, Peter Corrigan was when they were making conversation about like they were doing a debate at the beginning. He seemed to be winning, so he wins debates.
But you're not winning this.
Can we please can the audience please not clap or laugh? Here's what I want to know about Peter Corrigan. He has a bad record of preventing gun violence. How do we know that he can keep the citizens of America safe in spite of that?
Well, he has more people to help him when he's president. It's not like you just do your job by yourself. You have a whole cabinet keeping you up to date. And when he went back in time, he just had to work by himself because he couldn't talk to other people.
Alright.
Refute.
I guess.
I give
So
him-
literally, he knew that a murder was going to
That was
take
good.
place. He knew exactly where the murder was going to take place and exactly when the murder was going to take place, and he still failed. And if he can't stop that, he can't stop all of the inexplicable, random, pre-planned, but also sometimes spontaneous murders that go on in America every day.
So, how can the American people trust that the Venusians won't just take Luther Dingle's intelligence away like the Martians did with strength earlier?
Well, the Martians took away his strength as soon as Luther Dingle started using it for bad purposes. But as president, Luther Dingle will make sure that he continues to use his
You
intelligence
sure about
for the
that?
forces of good.
How do you
because
know?
he is a kind man and an honest man. And if history,
I know
like,
he's gonna
the
stay kind
Martians
and honest.
only took it away when Luther Dingle started making mistakes, but he has learned his lesson because he's intelligent, and intelligent people learn their lessons.
Would you like to refute that?
Just because he's intelligent doesn't mean he has a lot of experience. He's only been changed, like altered once, and that was for being strong. He hasn't gone
How
through
does that
it a
refute my
lot.
point?
I don't know.
So, do you have any closing remarks
I'm giving
or
up.
anything
Should
more
I
to add?
summarize the debate?
No, I remember.
Well,
Anything more?
I will say
No,
that Luther
no,
Dingle is clearly the
no.
better president. His entire argument is Peter Corgan knows history, and that should not qualify you alone for being president. He failed to prevent a murder, and on the whole, I think the people of America should elect Luther Dingle and not Peter Corgan.
Alright, well, do you have any closing remarks or anything you want to say?
No, I don't want to say anything else.
Oh boy, guys, those were both really good. A lot of fun. Okay, so now I
Please
must
no
make,
giggling from the
I must make a decision. I'm gonna say very slight win for Luther Dingle.
Yay!
Alright, so now you're gonna get sworn in on his behalf. Alright, this is a Twilight Zone trivia book. Place your, your left hand over it and put your right hand up. I state your character's name.
Luther Dingle.
What about the I part?
I, Luther Dingle,
Promise to do a good job
promise to do a good job
as president of In the Zone.
as president of In the Zone.
Because I don't really do anything.
Because I don't really do anything.
Because this is just a fake job.
Because this is just a fake job.
I'm not even a real person.
I'm not even a real person.
Rowan just made up this game
Rowan just made up this game.
because he couldn't think of anything else.
Because he couldn't think of anything else.
He gets 3 points for that. Worst kid.
Oh, this is an elite group. We can
Oh,
kick Rowan. Nothing.
Hmm?
Nothing.
I think about my. Oh, that's so funny.
Wow.
I think about.
Popsicle idiot! Popsicle
I think
idiot!
about Machine's popsicle idiot.
Popsicle idiot!
Remember, there was a kid with the
idiot.
popsicles. Yes, that's the man who almost run me over.
Popsicle idiot!
What an idiot.
Popsicle
The
idiot.
Night of the Meek, Percival Smithers. Santa's loaded.
Oh, that guy's cool. No.
I need a new front name.
Santa's loaded.
I need
No,
a new
just kidding.
personality.
Wait, so are we talking about the acting, or is it just like the kids are so?
No, here's the thing. The characters, the acting, and their
Santa's
appearance. I think
loaded.
Then we have Dust, the obnoxious Rogers boy. Is that the man they're gonna hang? Says right to his face.
Popsicle
Static.
idiot.
There's the rock and roll thing. Ooh, I like this. I would say
He's not that bad.
let's eliminate Percival Smithers in the rock and roll thing. I think it's either the obnoxious Rogers boy or the popsicle idiot.
A
Popsicle idiot.
All right, the popsicle
idiot.
Wait,
What is your vote? I mean, I don't. I know. it
I don't
doesn't
really
matter.
care. Probably the Rogers boy.
I just think Popsicle idiot. Honestly,
He was
ruins
such an idiot. Best twist. So keep in mind, this is both the idea of the twist, the fact that there were clues leading up to it, and also that the clues weren't obvious. Those things all make for the perfect balance.
All right, so just also skip ahead to whatever timestamp Rowan's gonna put here if you haven't watched the episodes, because we're gonna do some really serious spoiling right
Yeah.
now.
The Eye of the Beholder, which is where it turns out she's beautiful. Everyone's a pink people. I think it's really clever. It's really great, but some of the clues are a bit too obvious.
Yeah.
The lateness of the hour, the fact that she's a robot daughter. There's some good clues, like the thing about the memory tracks, just the whole setup. But still, I didn't see it coming. I think that's a good one. Back there, the fact that even though he didn't murder Lincoln, it was still like the guy's great grandfather, and then he became rich, and then his son became
What?
wealthy. Not really much of a twist.
Yeah.
22, when everything started happening in real life, she didn't go on the plane, and then the plane exploded. Will the real Martian police end up when it turns out that Haley, the cook, is also an alien?
Not any
I
good
think
twists.
That one is sort of like, It doesn't. There are no clues leading up to it,
So I'm gonna
and also
yeah.
it's sort of like it doesn't really
Whatever.
mean
I'm going to
anything.
say
Doesn't
back
make you
there and 22 are more of endings instead of twists.
Sure, and I would eliminate Will the Real Martian Please Stand Up.
Alright,
Yeah,
so that
eliminate
leaves us
that.
with the invaders and...
No, we have the Eye of the Beholder and the Lateness of the Hour.
I'd probably
Wait, what about the
say
invaders?
It's not there.
How did that not make it?
It's not nominated.
How?
How?
Rigged.
Rigged.
Here's, if
It
you want
was
wait,
rigged.
we could explain. I make the nominations, and I just see where we can find common ground. I wasn't really thrilled by the twist of the invaders. Also, the fact that just the whole thing, the whole episode revolved around that sort of made me angry that it has no value other than that. I would say the Lateness of the Hour slightly over the Eye of the Beholder just because the clues in the Eye of the Beholder are too obvious.
Eye of the Beholder.
And also because the Lateness of the Hour, it's such an amazing thing for this person to realize I'm not real. It's just so deep and so cool.
I liked Eye of the Beholder a lot because what happened with Eye of the Beholder that made the twist so good is it's sort of like you hear that this person is ugly the whole time and then you realize that to the viewer she's not ugly and everyone else is, but it's just, I don't know.
That is what it is.
Yes, it's interesting.
Yeah. It
made
is.
me
I
think.
agree with Zach.
It's interesting, but guys, remember the whole thing about how obvious, like, they're looking at the camera and you still can't see their faces. It's such an obvious thing that, for
I
me,
didn't get it
the
the
pieces
first time I watched
get
it.
put together so quickly. And also, when it's an obvious overdub and you're like, wait a minute, but it doesn't matter because we can't see his mouth moving. Wait, we can't see his face. Wait a minute, he's ugly.
I thought it was a better twist.
Yeah, I kind of.
Or I don't know, I guess the...
I think in terms
So-
of being
so let's just
interesting,
say-
I think they're equal.
so I
Maybe
think-
Eye of the Beholder.
so I'm gonna
more
say Eye
in
of the
terms
Be-
of clues and their execution and the
I
setup.
agree with
Lateness
Zach.
of the Hour. is
Lateness of the Hour wins on execution, but Eye of the Beholder just, I think, blows Lateness of the Hour out of the water.
You think it's a
on-
much more
Oh.
interesting, compelling, it's meaningful twist? I guess you're right.
Like, don't they, like, literally describe it on Netflix?
It is.
That, like, the seminal anthology by Rod Serling includes supernatural tales that are often tinged with social commentary. There's some of that social commentary for you.
I mean, yeah, you're right. It is a very interesting
And it's,
message
like, it's
about
also an
about
iconic twist, too.
it's interesting about the message of conformity and it's like and all this stuff. And Eye of the Beholder,
Eye of the Beholder is
it's just
excellent.
really meaningful and interesting, whereas Robot Daughter is, but not quite as much. If you're both saying Eye of the Beholder, I would happily give it to
Eye of the Beholder.
Most aggressively mediocre episode.
We stole this.
We stole this category from the Twilight Zone. Thank you for not suing us in advance. The Man in the Bottle. Mediocre.
Oh, God.
Oh boy, it's mediocre. A penny for your thoughts.
That was my favorite.
I think
that
you
was a
gave
good
it a-
one.
So
That
we
was
gave
a
it a
good
10,
one. That
but
was a good
no.
one.
So I'm just
It's
gonna
so
say
good.
I'm gonna vote against the penny of the thoughts on the other end. I just think the penny for your thoughts was
So
outright
bad.
It
All right,
was
yeah.
You
too
guys
bad.
hate it.
We're
It's
getting rid of it. Static.
Supernatural.
Static. Oh, wait, guys, I need to lay
Yeah.
down because oh god, I feel attacked because
That's
that is
pretty
so
mediocre.
mediocre.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
Prime mover.
I just think Static is really unbeatable. Static is so
Static.
And I know you
Static.
really like the Prime Mover, so yeah, let's go with Static. Most likable character. The Man in the Bottle, the Genie. He was a pretty, besides all the life-ruining stuff, he was a pretty
Yeah.
charming, interesting guy. A most unusual camera. Woodward.
Woodward.
Guys,
Woodward.
he's so much fun to watch. He's so likable. He's so,
You
fascinating. It's
sympathize
like,
with
he's,
him.
he's,
'Cause, like,
he's like a lovable idiot.
Woodward takes the prize for person who I felt the most sad when they got killed.
The Knight of the Meek, Henry Corwin, he wasn't that likable. He was just a sad, pitiful Santaman. So let's get rid of him. Will the real Martian please stand up? Avery, the old man. Hey, that's what it is, bruh. Wasn't he so much fun?
Yeah.
It's either Woodward or Avery, and boy, it's tough. What do you
Old
guys
guy-
think?
Old guy
You
from
think Avery?
Avery.
Zach votes Avery.
All right, yeah, it's Avery. What of?
I had no idea his name was Avery.
Yeah,
Yeah, neither did I until I looked on Wikipedia. Least likable character. Boo.
Boo.
The Howling Man, not the devil, worse than the devil, the housekeeper.
Ha!
Let me remind you about the housekeeper. Here's what happens.
Oh my
So
God.
this guy explains the whole story about how this guy's the devil. Under no circumstances do you let him out. The guy leaves. Okay, right as he leaves, opens it up. Are you an idiot? A most unusual camera. Pierre.
Pierre!
The French butler. Oh, I am, how you say,
Cleaning
cleaning
you
you out. Oh, your friends, they already checked out.
Oh! 1, 2,
I wouldn't say
3,
Pierre.
4.
I wouldn't say Pierre.
He wins for what I felt least sorry for when he
He
died.
was just kind of annoying.
I'm
I
just
don't think he
gonna
was
sit
like.
here.
No,
in shame.
guys, Pierre was the worst. The Knight of the Meek, Mr. Dundee, the mean, high-pitched voice boss. Oh, I'm gonna fire you, Henry Corwin. Not so much.
He enjoyed some alcohol later on, so like that's
So that lightened him
Oh,
up.
this table is way too small.
Dust, Sykes. Get your magic dust in.
Oh, I hated that guy.
And then he gives money to like the children at the end. Like
Here's
what?
the thing.
Sykes,
He takes
Sykes.
advantage of these poor kids by making them pay all their money selling their horses for dust. That doesn't work.
Sykes is the
He's
worst.
just
I
the
hate
worst.
Him. He's
Sykes is, yeah.
But you're right, he does have a change of heart at the end and he gives them the money.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
So-
but I feel like
Oh, but
he'll-
just
no.
I don't know. None of these people hold up at all to Sykes.
What about Housekeeper
Kind
and
of.
Pierre?
Just Housekeeper and Pierre are just stupid.
I feel like we could get rid of Sykes because he does have a change of heart at the end and he gives them back the money.
Yes,
Well,
but just
no,
the
but
change
the
of
other people
hearts,
are just
do you
stupid.
believe
They're not
it,
like
though?
they're not like
I don't know.
bad people. They're just dumb.
I don't know.
They're just
No,
dumb.
Pierre's a bad
So
person.
I
He
didn't-
robs them because he knows
Yeah.
that the people just died. I would say
Yeah.
they're all equal except for the change of heart at the end for Sykes, you know?
Yeah,
He gave him back
I
the
don't
money.
know. Sure, let's give it to Pierre.
Yeah, but he wasn't mean.
Four.
He was so mean.
Pierre was robbing from some
So
pretty
I
amoral
strongly
people,
feel
though.
Sykes. Sykes was like cold.
It might be Sykes though, because remember he was giving it the dust and he was laughing and then he was like making fun of the guy.
His
We don't
change of
have the
heart was
time.
not
And he was
permanent.
being racist
It
towards
wasn't.
the guy in
It
person.
wasn't
Let's
a
give it
change
to
of heart
Sykes.
permanently.
I don't
It
even.
was
Yeah,
just-
Sykes.
let's
he
give it a
just, like,
Sykes. Best death. A most unusual camera. Woodward and Chester at the same time flying out the window. A most unusual camera. Paula when she tripped. And she
Oh
flew
my
out
god,
window.
the cord.
Whoa.
A most unusual camera, Pierre, because he was a faint of heart Frenchman, and he saw his own body, and then he
Were there really
fainted.
just that few deaths.
He's
No,
not
there's
a
more,
lot.
there's more. Then the Rip Van Winkle caper Brooks, he got run over by a car.
Of the
Camera.
most
Most
unusual camera, I
unusual
thought
camera.
Paula's was the
Yes.
best.
I agree.
My vote is Brooks. Does Calvin have a vote?
Brooks
All right, it's Brooks.
or Paula.
Yeah, I can
Isn't
do
there
about
something funny and entertaining about Paula's in the fact that people just
Yeah.
keep falling out of a window?
Yes,
I thought
exactly.
with Brooks that
It's
it was
like,
about
it's like that.
he gets in the car and Brooks like thinks, yeah, it's just like it's a little bit like a lot of subtle backstabbing with them. I
You
don't
think
know.
running over something with the car is subtle backstabbing? I don't care that much.
Alright.
And you seem to care, and Calvin doesn't seem to care.
Brooks!
Brooks! Charades! Round 2, more charades!
Oh!
Ready, set, go.
Invaders! The invaders.
I was saying don't make noise, but
Oh.
yay, and now Zach just got 2 points and you got 1.
Dang it.
I have no idea how to do this one.
Sit in the chair.
No, I'm not sitting in the chair. I need to move.
Odyssey of Flight
Yep.
33. Yes!
Dang it!
It would be very much good for Calvin if he guessed what I'm about to do. Oh yeah. Alright, can someone get the timer?
I got it. No, you get it, Zach.
Calvin's
I
just
know.
Someone get it.
all game.
Oh wait, I need I have no idea what. Alright, here you go.
Alright.
Oh, I know what I'm gonna
3,
do. Alright.
2, 1.
Trouble Times.
Yes! Worst performance. The Howling Man as Zalapool as housekeeper.
No, she was good at performing at being dumb.
Maybe. No. That's generous. A most unusual camera, Jean Carson as Paula Diedrich. She was just impossible to watch. Oh, you don't know how unusual.
Oh,
A
yeah.
penny for your thoughts. Anthony Ray as the lowest energy paperboy ever. Hey, mister. Why do you have to knock over that quarter? Mr. Dingle the Strong, Bob Duggan as photographer. Again, really poorly cast. Like, low energy. Oh, hey, can you pick up that rock again? That kind of stuff.
I can't
Paula.
really tell if Paula was supposed to just be really, really stupid, or if like
No, Paula was bad. Paula was very
Paula.
big.
Paula.
I think we should give it to Paula
I
because
enjoyed
she
her
had...
death.
Sure,
Because she had by far the biggest part, so we definitely know that it wasn't just a bad day.
And I enjoyed her death.
Best name,
Wee.
The Howling Man. Long distance call. From the
Oh,
grave.
that is-
No, that's like
No.
stating the obvious.
it's
no.
like
Too
a long
cheesy.
distance call. I think is a I like that a lot.
The Silence.
No.
Yes, it's true.
The silence.
Will the real Martian please stand up? Actually, this one isn't great.
I like the Howling Man.
I don't know.
But the howling is a very small part of the plot. It's just
Right.
like you hear him
I
howling.
feel like long distance. I don't know. I don't know what I like about
Guys,
it, but
when
I
I
do.
say the silence, we should all be quiet.
It
The
might-
silence.
Never, not in a million years.
I would say long distance call.
Long distance call too.
Not long distance call because it's like.
But what? Which one?
Wait, why not?
Actually, wait a sec. Because it's like it's going to have.
'Cause it's
Yeah, long
literally-
distance
it's like
call.
not-
I-
It's so
it's like-
long. It's from
like
it's
the
from
distances across, I don't know, life, the
Dimensions.
border between life and death.
Worst
and one
name.
boy will try to traverse that.
Worst
Rowan.
name. Thank you. That is really funny. Nervous man in a $4 room. it's a bit annoying how great it thinks it is, because it's long. A thing about machines. Yeah, that's what it is. Nick of time. Who cares?
Nick, no, but it's like Nick, and they were just in the nick of time, and also his name is Nick, is it?
No, it's not. It's
But the
Don.
thing is, it is Nick.
What? The lateness of the hour makes no... It's so bad. These are really bad. I would take off
What
Nick
about
of time.
Shadow?
somewhere.
Lateness of the hour. Lateness of the hour.
It's either lateness of the hour or a thing about machines. It's like the laziest thing. It's like,
Lateness out of the hour.
how would you describe this episode? It's a thing about machines. It's so stupid.
lateness
But the
of the
lateness of the hour, it's like, has nothing to do with anything.
It's just the hour is quite late.
So do you want that?
Although that's how I ask for the
Yeah,
time.
so-
For
kinda
example,
boring.
Rowan, what is the lateness of the hour?
Well, yeah.
'Cause at least the thing about the ship is interesting.
It's not interesting.
The title.
But at
It's
least
the
it
opposite
made,
of
The thing
interesting.
is, at least it made a tiny degree of sense.
At least the lateness of the hour is interesting. It's like, oh, I wonder what it's gonna be.
Yeah, I'm just.
But with and it never
honestly,
comes up. But the thing
so
about machines,
I'm
you
just
know where you're
saying,
going to
The
get.
lateness of the hour seems like something I would title a story if I was writing it in 4th
Alright.
grade.
It's
Like it's just like
do
it's,
you prioritize interestingness or relevance?
But I feel like it's not even that interesting. Like, guys, we're all
That's
debating
true.
why lateness of the hour is clearly the worst. Give it to lateness
I
of the
kind
hour.
of agree. Okay,
Yeah. It's
Yeah, it's just like, did you write a story in 2nd grade called Lateness of the Hour? No, but pretty much.
Creepiest thing. King 9 will not return. Crazy laugh. The Eye of the Beholder, the suspenseful reveal where they're slowly taking off the bandages, so creepy. It's so good. 22, the nightmare,
22.
where she's walking down the hallway,
Room for one more.
Honey.
and also with the video, it's like very like ooh, static. The young man makeup where he's supposed to have gone back in time when he's young. The mind and the matter, the masks, so creepy. They like got someone's skin and they wore it. It's like. It's very creepy. My vote goes to the suspenseful reveal, Eye of the Beholder.
Well, my vote
Yeah.
is to 22, the Nightmare.
Nightmare,
Yes,
because that's the
it's
only
used
thing that
twice, but
ever,
I think
like,
it's
truly
used
creeped
really,
me
really
out was that.
effectively.
You weren't creeped out when they were taking off the bandages?
A little, but like it wasn't like truly like it didn't really like get to me. Like.
Alright, sure. Coolest thing.
Me.
Right.
Right, totally.
The
Nervous
table.
man in a $4 room, the special effects. Where he's talking and then the mirror is talking and the timing is great. The mind of the matter, the timing is not good, but here the timing is great. And it looks like they're looking at each other somehow, their
Yeah.
eye lines. It's great. 22, the ambiguity of whether she actually saw this or if it's just a dream. It's perfect because it could go either way. It's really cool. 100 yards over the rim, the penicillin paradox. The fact that he went to the future and got penicillin, which was discovered by his son, so he went back to the past and gave it to his son
Wait.
to discover it. So it was like,
Just-
who discovered it?
Was it really penicillin?
Yeah.
Well, the penicillin was discovered by Alexander Fleming, who was like a Scotter.
Well, guys, in this Twilight Zone universe, which is not real, it's not a documentary
No,
about
but just like
penicillin.
penicillin was actually a thing. I thought it was just like some ambiguous drug.
No, it's penicillin.
No, it was penicillin.
What?
Shadow
Even
play.
I
Wait,
remember.
but his name was Christian Jr., not Alexander Fleming.
Do you know who
not-
created penicillin and you call yourself coolest thing? Shadow play, where at the end, where everyone is playing different roles in the dream. Sort of cool. I think it's either the penicillin or the ambiguity of whether or not it's a dream.
Wait. I honestly, I like the nervous and special effects a lot. But I would say,
We're gonna get some
of those
penis.
two, I like ambiguity a lot better. Like, the discovery story of penicillin is so famous.
So
and
you
it's
say-
not that.
Penicillin, I say either ambiguity or penicillin, and you say reluctantly ambiguity.
Yes.
So should we go with the penicillin?
No!
Penicillin!
But this is
I don't
interesting.
think the penicillin
I think it's so
paradox makes any
interesting the
sense.
fact that I know it's a paradox. He goes to the future, gets penicillin, which was discovered by his son, goes to the past, and gives it to his son, and then now he's the creator.
Yeah. Yes,
Isn't that cool? Because it's like, how
But
did
they
this
got
thing
the
happen?
It's like
Alright, I'm not gonna win.
But then,
Give it
no.
to
Sort of like
penicillin.
an
I'm not
infinite-
arguing for...
It's an infinite loop type.
I know,
thing.
but here's what's interesting. 22, the ambiguity is also really interesting. I'm just saying penicillin paradox is very cool. I'm not saying necessarily it's the coolest. I'm just saying I don't get why you're
I would
against
just say
it.
with ambiguity. Yeah, but just the penicillin paradox is like not unique to 100 yards over the rim, I would say.
Yeah, but
It's just like, it's a classic
like-
paradox.
That doesn't make it not
Usually you
cool.
shoot
the
somebody
22
instead
thing,
of saving
it's like
them.
you can kind of get over the coolness of it. Like the penicillin's like after you watch it, you're like, wow, it's like an infinite thing. It's like
Calvin!
think about it for a long
Please.
time.
Just vote for it. Calvin and I aren't going to change the opinion. Ambiguity or penicillin?
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna say penicillin.
Ah!
The next category is coolest thing. Ambiguity is basically the episode. Penicillin is one element. So, ambiguity is like the script. It's, it covers everything.
I mean,
so I'm
do
gonna
you
say
have to
penicillin.
apologize for this again next year?
I hope not. Dumbest thing. The man in the bottle, Hitler. A thing about machines, the expository dialogue. Can I reenact? Hello, how's my favorite attractive young widow? Great dialogue.
It's it's unnecessary too. Like,
you don't even need it. You don't even need to know that. A most unusual camera. The fact that she goes out and she takes a photo of the corpses and says, one for posterity, that completely serves the plot. There is absolutely no reason why she would do that in
There's
real
a
life.
lot of plot-serving things, though.
Mr. Dingle the Strong, at the end, when he's talking smart, well, if you
Use the laws of quantum and
use the laws, then he will
Yeah.
hit a home run. Crack. It makes me so mad. It's the silence, Tennyson's plan. The fact that he severs his vocal cords and he's expecting the guy to just hand over the money.
Silent.
Of course he's gonna say he's cheating.
So the thing is, I don't think that that's totally true, right? Because he just had to stay silent for a year. He stayed silent for a year.
It's cheating. Hitler.
I
mean,
Hitler.
it's so... It's like,
Hitler.
this was not long after the Holocaust and World War II. And he's like, I'm Hitler!
Hitler.
What? Alright, are we agreeing on Hitler?
We're agreeing on Hitler.
This is the last game of the night. Real Twilight Zone episode or fake Twilight Zone episode? Some of these are plot descriptions that I took from Wikipedia of Season 3 of the Twilight Zone you'll see next year.
Or somewhere.
Some of these are some that I just totally made up. A teller of tall tales attracts unwanted attention from aliens. 3, 2, 1.
Real.
Real. No, I actually thought it was real.
Okay.
A landlady and her... I can't smile. The smiling doesn't mean anything. A landlady and her tenant struggle to survive when the Earth changes its orbit and begins moving toward the sun. 3, 2, 1.
False.
Real.
A man discovers that all traces of his identity have been erased when no one, including his own wife, recognize him.
Fake.
Fake. Oh, wait, what? I also think it's
We were
fake.
supposed to say 3, 2, 1.
Well, I actually think it's fake. Because you
Okay.
wrote this episode and showed it to me, didn't you?
Yes, but maybe I was just inspired by the Twilight Zone. When a group of tourists stumbles upon a fountain of youth in a South American rainforest, they can't agree on whether or not they should keep it a secret amongst themselves.
3,
2,
2,
1.
1. Real.
False. I'm sorry.
A retired doctor's adult daughter discovers the secret behind his seemingly constant good mood.
2, 1. Real.
Fake.
A widower buys a robot grandmother to care for his children.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. True.
False.
An unsuccessful comedian enlists the help of his guardian angel to eliminate his competition. 3, 2, 1.
True.
Fake. The first one was about the teller of tall tales. You both said it was real. It was real. Then
Yeah.
there was landlady and her tenant struggle to survive when the Earth changes its orbit and begins moving toward the sun. You said it was real. You said it was fake. It was real.
Dang.
Then we have a man discovers that all traces of identity have been erased. You both said it was fake. It was real. When a group of tourists stumbles upon a fountain of youth in the South American rainforest, you said it was
I
real.
thought it was season 2 that you were talking about. So I was like,
Then why did you say teller of tall? Anyways,
'cause I don't know.
all right. Then I said season 3. So if you didn't listen to the directions, your fault. So you said it was real. You said it was fake. It was fake.
Oh, no.
A retired doctor's adult daughter discovers the secret behind his seemingly constant good mood. You said it was fake. You said it was real. It was fake. A widower buys a robot grandmother to care for his children. You said fake. You said real. It was real.
Yes.
An unsuccessful comedian enlists the help. You said it was fake. You said it was real. It was fake.
Okay, let's do things to really talk about our life.
Hey,
I'm
have
just
you heard
like-
about that nerd, Rowan?
I'm just waiting for the result, and I hope it's gonna be positive.
Oh, it's
I
like in
mean,
Chopped.
no.
I think Calvin's just used the poblano peppers too badly.
I don't
still
know.
can't said
I think
that
we're
I
gonna
forgot the
win,
red
but-
olives.
But what I know is to have confidence, but I think that I'm gonna win.
I should have learned how to bake before I came here. I forgot an ingredient, but Calvin's creme brulee collapsed.
Okay, I
I
know
think
the
I
winner,
don't like
but I will
this
not say
person.
it.
Ah!
Best performance by an actress. The Eye of the Beholder, Maxine Stewart as Janet Tyler's voice. The Latest of the Hour, Inger Stevens as Jana Lauren. 22, Barbara Nichols as Liz Powell. Long Distance Call, Lily Darvis as Grandma. And Long Distance Call, Patricia Smith as Sylvia Bales.
I just think the grandma.
I think it's the grandma too.
My
Yeah,
little
grandma,
Billy is
grandma.
as light as a feather.
Grandma.
If you can say my little Billy is as light as a feather without us mocking you, you deserve to win the best actress.
Best performance by an actor. I have like 6 of these. No, yes, 6.
Nervous man.
King 9 will not return. Robert Cummings as James Embry. He was all alone out in that desert, but he made it work. And he made Going
Not very
Crazy
well
work.
putting it out there.
Nervous Man in a $4 Room, Joe Mantell as Jackie Rhodes. The Night of the Meek, Art Carney as Henry Corwin, the Santaman. Dust, Vladimir Sokolov as Old Man Gallegos.
Oh no, Vladimir Sokolov is gonna throw a wrench into my plans.
Shadow Play, Dennis Weaver as Adam Grant, the main guy having the dream. And Will the Real Martian Please Stand Up, Jack Elam as Avery, the crazy old man.
Oh no.
Avery,
Alright, so I'm gonna say
they're gonna
Jack
get you.
Elam and like whoever did John Rhodes.
And Nervous Man.
Oh.
Alright. Are you, oh yeah, sure.
I mean, I think
you like
those are
Avery.
a solid last three.
Alright, I like all of them, so I don't really care.
They're
so
good,
you would say
so.
Nervous Man, Dust, and Martian.
Yeah, one of them is the lead role who's always on camera, and the other two are
Smaller.
supporting roles. So I think I give it to the lead.
Because they have to do more.
Yeah, they have bigger roles.
So you know
they're
it's not just a
reliably
fluke.
better. Like, I don't know,
Oh.
maybe, yeah.
Because he had to be on camera all the time.
Yeah,
Sometimes
I would say,
twice,
like,
two times at the same
I would
time.
say he very much carried the episode in a way the other two didn't.
I think that's a good way to decide because you know that Old Man wasn't just got lucky one day. So yeah, let's give it a Nervous Man.
Yeah.
Best scene. Nervous Man in a $4 Room, his first conversation with George.
Oh.
All the great acting and nervous energy, as in the title. The Night of the Meek, Henry's speech when he's like, people know more about Christmas.
drink.
Yeah. Long Distance Call, the Grandma's death.
Oh my god. Yeah, Long Distance Call was so good.
Long Distance Call, Chris's phone call to the grandma. The Obsolete Man, the Chancellor's obsolescence.
Oh.
Obsolete.
Yeah.
Obsolete.
The Long Distance Call scenes were...
Yeah, I think it's one of the long distance call scenes.
Yeah.
Grandma's death or Chris's phone call.
Do you have a view?
I don't have a view, anything, honestly.
Chris's phone. Well, no, but Grandma's death was great. But, I mean, Grandma's death, not that much. It wasn't. Chris's phone call is a big dramatic speech that he performs well. It's very beautiful. Let's go with Chris's phone call.
Chris's phone call.
Alright.
Because, yeah, it's sort of like when he starts believing in the supernatural.
Yeah. It's just very well written and acted. Best glass break. We have the man in the bottle, the display case they break at the end with a broom. A thing about machines, a clock. He's so angry he takes it, breaks it, then he takes a big stick and whacks it. Whacks it to
Yeah,
four pieces.
I like that. I like
22,
that.
the first time in her bed when she knocks over the glass and it breaks. And will the real Martian please stand up? The salt shaker exploding.
Oh, so just
No,
so
that
we
one-
grade glass breaks on like plot relevance as well.
Well, I don't know about that.
Salt
I think-
shaker.
I'd say the
Salt
thing about
shaker,
machines
salt
because it's so
shaker.
cool how he like just breaks everything.
Yeah, we get so angry.
It's just like
Remember,
a lot
that
of
was the best
destruction.
part of the whole episode. It was amazing. He takes the clock and he goes, bam. Then he takes it and goes, bam, bam, bam. It was like awesome.
I mean,
Yeah.
But the salt shakers are really
Think
cool.
Think
But-
about machines.
Thing about machines, I'm gonna say.
Alright. Oh, I guess remember, there's one more game. But it's just for me.
Oh, it's.
I will
name on-
attempt to name in order all 29 episodes of the Twilight Zone second season in under 24 seconds. You know, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, so sort of exciting in some ways, I guess.
So wait.
But I might be able to do
Calvin will monitor the time, and I'm gonna go pull up a list on my phone. Are you gonna do them all in order?
I'm going to do them correctly, don't worry. It's
But
because
you're gonna do them in order.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So
So once I'm done, tell me if I made any
I have
mistakes.
no service.
No, I'm not going to make any mistakes.
You can look it up at the end. Check your work.
Yeah, you can check me. Alright guys, don't distract me, please. Don't, just be silent.
Bum bada bum bada
Shush.
da da da.
Kingdom will out return. The man in the bottle, nervous man in the $4 room. A thing about machines, the howling man, the eye of the beholder, nick of time, the ladies of the hour, the trouble of the temple, a most unusual camera, the night of the meek, dust, back there, the whole truth, the invaders, a penny for your thoughts, 22, the odyssey of flight 33. Mr. Dingle the Strong, static, the prime mover, long distance call, 100 yards over the rim, the Rip Van Winkle caper, the silence, shadow play, the mind of the matter, will the real Martian please stand up, the obsolete man. Yay!
Time to spare.
Like about 3 to 2 seconds to spare.
We can check
Yay.
if he's right later.
I was right, guys. Best episode. Nervous man in the $4 room. The Night of the Meek.
I don't remember that one.
You gave it a 10.
This is why you gave it time.
Gave it a 10, Calvin. 22. Long distance call. Shadow play. The two here that aren't as good as the other, I would say, are Nervous Man and Night of the Meek.
So can I just roast Night of the Meek because I've been waiting to do this for so long.
Alright, do it.
It's bad! It's like, I don't care about your Christmas. Oh, the Christmas
Wait.
spirit. And then, like, they depict some missionary woman who gives up, like, her life, or like does some charity work as someone who's bad and like a bad person, and it's like, did you need to do that, Serling?
Oh,
no.
You know what?
I would have given it a 4.
They talk about that in this book. They talk about how they got angry letters about it.
Yeah.
About how they...
I may or may not have read it in that book.
I enjoyed the plot, but there were several details of it that I disliked. The one thing I disliked most was the portrayal of the woman at the mission. I think her characterization of this woman was in bad taste and completely unfair to the people who dedicate their lives to helping men and women who are down and out. Could have very easily changed this part of your show without harming this story. Why? Was it so necessary to put this woman at the mission in a bad light? Yeah, I think you stole some talking points from her. I would totally be fine with eliminating Night of the Meek. Let's get rid of it.
I like Nervous Man a lot, but I don't think it holds up to episodes like Long Distance Call and
Alright, I would gladly get rid of that.
And
So we
Long
have
Distance Call.
22, Long Distance Call, Shadow Play. Personally, the best one, the only one deserving of a 10, Shadow Play.
Alright, so I'm just gonna say, I said this to
Shadow
you
Play
after we
was
watched
worse
Shadow
than
Play. What I thought about
Shadow Play. Shadow
No, Calvin, listen to this first. Shadow Play had some serious plot flaws, and just because if he changes the roast in the dream, why can't he change other details?
It's a good point.
Why can't he do lethal injection?
And even so, it's the best episode.
I just don't think that's true.
It
Because
is.
I think that plot flaw is... So what's wrong with Long Distance Call that doesn't give it the best episode?
There aren't really any flaws, it's just not as good as Shadow Play.
There's a
not as
material
interesting.
flaw in Shadow Play that exists, and it's an insignificant flaw.
And even so, it's
But
a better
I think the whole
episode.
plot could
Shadow
be
Play.
moot with that, that little point. Like, honestly...
I would say Shadow Play, then Long Distance Call, then 22. Which do you prefer, Long Distance Call or 22?
Guys...
Probably Long Distance Call.
Alright, so, and do you prefer Shadow Play or 22?
I prefer 22 to Shadow.
Shadow Play.
Right.
Shadow Play.
Actually, you know what?
I don't know, I don't think you can ignore that.
Yeah,
flaw.
why don't we all
Because you can-
compromise on Long Distance Call?
Yeah!
Sure.
Long Distance Call.
Sure,
Long Distance
long
Call.
distance.
Because it's either your first, my second, and your second,
Long
or it's
Distance Call.
your third and our firsts.
Long Distance Call.
I think it's fairest to say Long Distance Call, because it
Long
really
Distance
is
Call.
great. The Zonies champion of season 2.
It's sick.
Drum roll, please. Once again, it's Zach.
Yeah!
3.
No, wait, I have an introduction. Brain Games the Games, our sponsor.
They don't know it yet, but they are.
Our official sponsor.
Our official sponsor.
In this box is the prize for the Zonies
Is it
champion of
Brain
season
Games the
2.
game?
Oh, let's see. Yes. It better not be. I would be so disappointed.
Here you go. It is an action figure of a
Oh, you should have showed us.
of a second season Twilight Zone character.
That's so unsuspenseful. You should have showed us first.
Well, I need to. Well, but the question is who? See, think about an action figure.
Is it a pig man?
I'm not answering yes or no
Okay.
questions. You're gonna see in a sec. Think about Twilight Zone. Think about action figures. What they are, what they should be.
It was an action figure. I figured.
You know, I mean, they should
Can I get a point for
they
that?
should be amusing, visually interesting, and capable of giving a young child countless hours of fun. Think of some characters from the second season that could do that.
The
Woodward.
pig characters.
What?
Woodward.
Woodward, sure.
Woodward.
Let's see.
The pig
I don't
people?
know.
Pig
Satan
people.
from
Yeah.
the Howling Man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
These are all good suggestions, and I could have bought you some of those, but I didn't.
Whoa!
Instead, I bought you an action figure of a character where it was like, I cannot believe they made this. Because they're so visually bland, so unamusing, it has to be seen to be believed. Behold.
The eye of the behold.
Guys, can we get like a drum roll?
3, 2, 1.
Gasp!
Who is that guy?
Oh my god, is it? Oh.
It's Don Carter from Nick of Time, the man with a crippling addiction,
Oh,
putting
yeah.
coins into a little thing.
Oh my god.
And look, you get your own Mystic Seer.
Oh
look
my
at him.
God.
What child would not want to play with Don Carter? Well, have fun with
Oh
that.
my god, thank you.
See you in the fall with
Oh my god.
In the Zone Season 3!
Whoa!
Yay.
I'm gonna win next time. I should have won.